And it's a shame that it's happening to Floyd Mayweather. It's a shame that it's been happening for years to not only athletes but celebrities or people who are making tons of money because they're not managing their circle. They're not managing their life, you know? And it's your circle that's all important. You must hire people. If you're gonna hire people that are gonna look out for your money and you're gonna trust those people, well, you better check the checker. You know, the checker checks the checker.
At the end of it, I think he's gotten some bad advice. I think he's been led into some things that, you know, he didn't necessarily agree to.
Floyd does not have all of his properties. Now, if he means homes that he owns, then okay, sure. But he's also had to sell a lot of those homes to pay back loans that he made against said houses and other assets or liens that were against him with the IRS. This dude cannot stop lying. He also said, I don't owe anybody anything, or my bills are all paid.
Oscar De La Hoya mocked Floyd Mayweather over his reported $7.3 million debt to the IRS and said the situation is embarrassing considering how much money Mayweather made during his career. De La Hoya believes poor financial decisions and the wrong people around Mayweather could have played a major role in his current money problems, even though he earned hundreds of millions throughout his career.
Absolutely. Look, and it's funny you bring that up because I was thinking about a new segment that I want to come out with, giving advice to fighters or giving advice to athletes who come across a lot of money. And then what do you do with it? Then you have to hire people, you have to hire lawyers, you have to hire agents. So now you have all these people around you, right? And sometimes, and most likely, you hire people that eventually turn.
He also argues that Floyd needed to take a closer look at the people around him and those handling his money. When someone has that much wealth, putting your trust in the wrong people can create serious problems. De La Hoya says Mayweather should have worked with honest and dependable professionals who could protect his fortune and make sure his finances were handled properly.
If I'm gonna hire somebody who's gonna look out for my finances, I've had my finance guy for 25 years, the same guy. And there's a reason for that, because somebody else is checking him and somebody else is checking that other guy. So you have to be smart.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is reportedly dealing with a $7.3 million federal tax lien from the IRS in Las Vegas over unpaid taxes linked to the 2018 and 2023 tax years. The huge debt comes as Mayweather faces other recent legal disputes, although his legal team has rejected claims that he is dealing with serious financial problems. At the same time, Bob Arum says he feels disappointed by what is happening to Mayweather. Arum recognizes Mayweather as a great fighter and calls him a genius who made an enormous amount of money throughout his career. For Arum, seeing someone who reached such a high level of financial success now dealing with tax issues is especially upsetting.
You know, Floyd had a great career. He made a lot of money. But in his mind, that made him a great genius. Great business genius, great genius in life. And because he overrated life, he ran out of money. You can't, no matter how much money you have, you can't have 2 big planes, 10 security guards. It's going to cost you money. I mean, so again, I'm really sad to see that happen, but hopefully he'll get out of it. Hopefully
Dana White and Floyd Mayweather have worked together before, and White has now shown sympathy toward Mayweather while discussing his reported financial problems. White says he understands how difficult it is when someone works extremely hard to build massive wealth and then ends up losing it or having it taken away. He also points out that situations like this happen often in professional sports and believes there is always a chance that something could be done to help Mayweather. Meanwhile, Steven Espinoza has responded to claims that Showtime owes Floyd Mayweather $340 million and suggests that bad financial advice could have contributed to his current problems. He believes poor guidance and questionable money management from people around Floyd may have played an important role in the situation.
What was going through your mind? Did you immediately call Floyd or what?
I didn't, because it's, at that point, I you sort of assume like he knows what's going on, like this doesn't happen in his name without him knowing about it.
Yes.
So no, like I didn't think that there was a whole lot of point like saying, hey, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it speaks for itself. All right, that's what we're doing now. Okay, that's what we're doing. So
Right, so do you think that Floyd realized, okay, I'm missing money, I owe money, where's my money at? And he just had to sue everyone involved? Or someone is telling him, I think it was Showtime, or I think it was this person, your former manager, your former this.
I think they're two different situations. Like everyone sort of saw the two lawsuits and say, okay, they're the same thing. I think someone told him, you should sue Showtime. Right. You know?
Espinoza also says that if he had been part of the legal case, he would have made every effort to support Mayweather because of their long professional relationship at Showtime. Having worked closely with Floyd for years gave Espinoza a strong understanding of his career and business activities, and helped him better understand the situation behind the dispute.
It's the end of May.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it's due mid-June.
Right.
You know, and then you send your money in, and then they don't report it back to us till July. Right. So all of a sudden, at the earliest that we see it is a couple months later. But then there's also, you know, there's sort of middlemen in between that this guy has to report to this company because, you know, for example, if you've got Comcast or Charter or some of these, there's local systems that report to the main company, and then the main company reports to Showtime. Gotcha. So there's sort of delays along the line, and it's a crazy system because it wasn't unusual that 6 months, 12 months down the road, like all of a sudden we'd get a big check from DirecTV or satellite company just because money was delayed and they just found it.
Adding even more pressure to the situation, on-site media reported on X that Manny Pacquiao's promotion chief is suing Floyd Mayweather's former manager for $8.30 million over alleged fraud and theft. The lawsuit brings more attention to Mayweather's former business circle and the financial disputes involving people linked to his career. Wade Plemons also responds to Floyd Mayweather's statements about his wealth by questioning how well Floyd has managed his money outside boxing. Plemons says Mayweather's reputation as an almost unbeatable fighter made people willing to risk huge amounts of their own money by betting on him. He finds it ironic that bettors may have trusted Floyd with their money more than Floyd may have trusted himself with his own fortune. Plemons believes Mayweather's biggest financial achievements have mainly come through boxing rather than his business ventures.
He's also been accused in lawsuits of failing to pay for millions of dollars worth of luxury items, including watches and high-end jewelry, allegations he has disputed. Well, not just allegations anymore. He's being charged with 2 felonies for not paying for, or at least writing a bad check for, a watch in Vegas as well. So on all fronts here, Floyd Mayweather is flat out lying, saying, well, my properties are paid for. Again, if he's talking about his houses, sure, your houses are still there, even though, again, he sold 2 houses in Beverly Hills and in Miami to pay 2 of his real estate partners. So why lie about it when we have the proof? It's there. Why? I don't understand. Floyd used to be able, and this, by the way, shout out to Spencer Cornelia, because he hit this right on the head. He nailed this. Pause. He said that Floyd will do this where he will create a narrative, and because he is a massive superstar, his words are taken as truth. When in reality, we now have the truth. The burden of truth is on Floyd to show.
According to Plemons, Mayweather has not shown the same level of achievement when it comes to running businesses or building wealth outside boxing. He says this is not necessarily a criticism, because boxing is clearly the area where Mayweather has been most successful. Plemons also points to Floyd's reputation as a fighter people trusted enough to bet on. Since Floyd was seen as such a dependable winner for much of his career, bettors were willing to risk huge amounts of money for smaller profits. His main point is the contrast between Mayweather's incredible ability to earn money through boxing and the questions surrounding how that money may have been handled afterward.
There's more probability that they get that money back and some than Floyd pulling out equity in his home to take out a loan to try to pay somebody back, or using his home as collateral to take out a loan to then not pay the person back. That's the most true thing about Floyd Mayweather's entire career. He is the best boxer of this current day and age. And it's the one thing he's done better than anything ever in business, anything. He has not run any successful business. He has not made any more money than when he is in that squared circle. Point blank, period. And that's not a bad thing. That's just what he's best at. But Floyd Money Mayweather, the only time that money comes into play is when he's thrown.
Floyd Mayweather continues to reject concerns about his financial condition and insists that he still has control over his financial responsibilities. He recently explained that he still owns all of his houses and that his family's bills continue to be paid. In an interview, Floyd also pointed out that none of his properties have been taken away and said his family and employees are still receiving their payments. Mayweather uses these points to show that his home's family and business responsibilities remain secure and that he believes everything is still being managed properly.
So a lot of people are saying you're doing this just cause of the money. Is it just cause money or just what you want to do?
Well, as you know, I mean, nobody has taken none of my properties away from me.
Right. So did you want one more question? I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the paper.
No.
Let's go back to the paper.
Right.
You know, I was thinking about something, right?
Yep. You going better than Frank.
And a lot of times. No, hold on. Let me film it. Okay, so check this out.
Yep.
Now, when you really think about this, right? We got our people, meaning the black community.
Yep.
These people will pay. These people have been paying money for years to come see me fight.
Yep.
These people will put equity out of their house, bet their life savings, and they bet it on Floyd because I've proved that I'm 100% when I get in that ring.
Right.
His statement reinforces his confidence. His comments also suggest he does not accept the idea that he is facing serious financial trouble.
On Floyd Mayweather, every time, because they believe in me, right? And they rooting because they want to see me win. And then after they go home and they got everything they want, they praying on my downfall.
Facts.
They praying on my downfall. So, yeah, we don't want to see Floyd with nothing.
Right.
And so, I mean, and in due time, you know, a lot of times they say, oh, it's this lawsuit, it's that lawsuit. One thing about me, whoever I get involved with, as far as with business, I get myself out of the situation.
Okay.
You know, one thing we're not going to do is go out there and go point fingers. Oh, this person got me in that. As a man, you know, if me and you doing business.
The lawsuit presents a different side of the story. The federal tax lien gives the United States government a legal claim over Mayweather's property until his unpaid tax debt is settled. This is also not the first time Mayweather has faced problems with the IRS. He previously dealt with a reported $22.5 million lien connected to his 2015 taxes and another $7.2 million lien tied to his 2010 taxes. The latest lien has added more questions about Mayweather's finances, despite his remarkable boxing career earnings, which have been estimated at around $1.15 billion. According to a tweet from late April 2026, the IRS reportedly informed Floyd Mayweather Jr. that his U.S. passport could be revoked because of more than $7.25 million in unpaid federal taxes from 2018 and 2023. The IRS also filed a tax lien against him in Las Vegas, giving the government the ability to pursue his property to recover the debt. Cam Newton has also questioned Mayweather's financial habits and wondered how one of boxing's greatest fighters could reportedly face money problems after earning so much during his career. Newton points to Mayweather's luxurious lifestyle, including designer brands, expensive purchases, cars, jewelry, travel, and other high-priced interests. He also mentions Mayweather's various business ventures and reports of massive daily spending. Newton says claims that Mayweather could spend as much as $500,000 in one day raise serious concerns about whether that lifestyle could remain financially sustainable over time.
From Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, it don't matter who he identified himself to be. My question comes as I look at his career, I don't want to talk about the earnings, because that's not something that I want to point out. I don't even want to talk about the splurging, because he gave off this lifestyle that was not realistic for a lot of people to obtain.
Yes.
My question is, why hasn't he ever aligned with a brand? Or let's flip it, why hasn't a brand ever aligned with him? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
So when you think about boxing,
okay,
names that come to fruition come to mention is Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
Oscar De La Hoya is the face or the owner, creator, CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. Well, Mayweather Promotions, not a lot of people have aligned with that. You got Devin Haney that has spoke bitter.
However, Newton makes it clear that he is not trying to disrespect Mayweather with his comments. He still considers Floyd one of the greatest fighters of his generation and believes the situation can offer an important lesson to other athletes. Newton stresses that athletes need a practical financial plan, especially when they are earning huge amounts of money. He explains that making money quickly does not mean it should be spent just as quickly. In his view, careful budgeting remains important even when someone is at the highest point of their career. Newton believes people can enjoy their wealth while still being responsible because true financial success should create lasting security instead of leading to constant spending.
It was, speculative that he had $500,000 a day splurges.
Yeah.
Is that sustainable? He had multiple business ventures that failed. He had the lifestyle with multiple women and different things like, bro, I get it. But dang, and let this be a message to all athletes. And I'm not trying to rag on Floyd because I still have so much respect for Floyd. Every time I see Floyd, it's like, he one of them ones.
Yeah.
Because contrary to whatever it is, he's still a great fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, we gotta do better with our money.
Yeah.
How? We have to put ourselves on a realistic longevity plan that even though you got the money fast, you can't keep spending it fast.
But who do you trust? How do you trust when, and I'm not saying his background, but if you're not used to money, don't have money in our community, who do you trust? How do you trust? How do you go about finding somebody to put you on a budget to do that? Because
Nicholas Irving points to Floyd Mayweather's expensive lifestyle as another reason his financial situation remains under discussion. Mayweather has been famous for spending huge amounts on luxury goods, expensive shopping trips, cars, jewelry, private travel, and other costly purchases. His public image is often focused on showing his wealth and enjoying an extravagant lifestyle, with reports claiming that millions could be spent in very short periods. Irving explains that even massive wealth can disappear quickly when spending stays at an extremely high level. Despite the enormous income Mayweather earned during his boxing career, maintaining such an expensive lifestyle demands careful planning and strong financial discipline. Individual luxury purchases may not seem like a major issue when someone has hundreds of millions, but repeated spending can become a serious amount over time. This adds another side to the concerns surrounding Mayweather's finances. While his boxing career created extraordinary wealth, Irving suggests that expensive habits and the need to maintain a lavish lifestyle can create financial pressure no matter how much money a person has earned.
How on God's green earth could this man be broke?
His lifestyle. I've been around like hanging out for days, weeks. It's the lifestyle. Like when you got a 40-man entourage, you got other people and you take everybody out, pay for everything, we shopping, the mall, going out to eat, renting out an entire movie theater. Yeah, just to go watch a movie at whatever time he wanted. It was like the theater was closed when we rolled up to the movie theater, and you got the girls and all. Yeah, and you rent out a whole movie theater for 40, 50 plus people. I bet that bill can rack up a little bit. I don't know if he's broke. I think you'd have to tell me what is broke? He don't have zero.
The idea that Floyd Mayweather is completely broke remains difficult for many people to believe. Even if Mayweather were dealing with major financial problems, being broke by his standards could still mean having more wealth than most ordinary people could ever imagine. After making huge amounts of money throughout his boxing career, owning valuable properties, and building a massive financial legacy, Mayweather's idea of being broke would be very different from that of the average person. Financial trouble does not always mean having nothing left. For someone who built such an enormous fortune, losing a large part of that wealth could still leave behind significant assets and resources.
But obviously, in regards to what he's accumulated over the years, he's burnt through a lot of that.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. Haven't we all, mate?
Yeah, haven't we all? It's part of the game, isn't it? It's part of the game. It's part of life, isn't it?
It's part of life, innit?
But as he said, he's still got his houses. He's still doing private jets.
Yeah.
He's still paying people and whatnot.
The best bar that he said.
The soup lamb one.
the soup line. He said, ain't no one ever seen me in a soup line, and no one's seen me holding my hands out like cops.
That's true. Big him up. Yeah, big him up. That's true.
Is he lying?
Nah, facts.
We have never seen him hold his hand out like cops.
That's true.
That bar there, Floyd, for that, I believe he's balling. I believe he's still balling.
Big him up, but I was thinking the other day, you know what? I won't be surprised if he came back and fought for a world title, a WBC.
You think so?
I won't be surprised if he came back and fought Haney or someone.
Be mad.
I won't be surprised. 50 world champion. I think that would be actually dope.
That brings us to the end of today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and stories. Until next time.